Oh, I seen a picture of it
Yeah.
before.
Right.
It was, like a picture of the church, like on
Mhm.
the website,
Yeah.
and hundreds of people in there.
And now, the person that escaped with his life was talking about how the next time he comes back, they're going to have safety training on what to do if this happens again. I mean,
Well, okay,
that is a reality.
so you can try to stop it.
Yeah.
You're going to minimize it. You're not going to stop it
No.
because if someone's hell bent on creating mass carnage and taking people's lives,
Right.
they're going to do it no matter what.
Exactly. Clearly.
Because, and most of these people, we don't know this guy's story yet.
Sure.
He apparently, Iraq could have PTSD, but a lot of these individuals are wannabes and never were, who feel they've been disenfranchised by society. It's not their fault, and now they're filled with hatred, which leads to this.
Yeah.
And they want to go out as a martyr for whatever cause he has, but he left behind a wife and a child.
Yeah.
And obviously, he's not thinking right.
So in terms of
Go ahead.
in terms of trying to backtrack and figure out if there was a trail, is that a priority? Like were there clues that were missed along the way that could have been acted upon? How far will they dig in, and at what time frame will they start to do that?
I would start going back right away.
Yeah.
And get this, you're going to get the social media accounts on the phone. You're going to see if he's had contact with a social influencer, and the social influencer said, this is the time to do it.
Yeah.
Are there other people he's communicated with and either tried to say don't do it or said do it?
Right.
And people that said didn't do it, did they call anybody? Did he text anybody? Was there a manifesto? Was there an individual in that church that he was against? Was he a member of that church? We don't know if he's a member of the church, right?
Right, we don't.
We don't know his religious beliefs, if he has any. So you're going to start tracking back, phone records, any websites he may be on. Did anyone try to encourage him? And what mostly, this is an older guy, it's 40 years old,
40
correct?
years old, yeah.
Most of these people, and this wasn't just a shooter, again, it was very, very well coordinated.
Clearly.
Most of these people go to social influencers because, again, they feel disenfranchised.
Yeah.
But what they fail to realize is this: how many social influencers do you see wearing a suicide vest or doing a mass shooting? They don't. They tell you to do it.
Right. Because they know
that you'll do it.
And you'll take the brunt.
And you'll take the brunt, and they'll go, oh.
Yeah. So a lot of work that has to be done at this stage. And,
yes.
And we've kind of laid out where they stand now in terms of the one scene and the other scene. And then kind of in the days to come, now that there is no shooter, he's dead. In an investigative standpoint, we'll be trying to find out if there was a wider circle of people that could potentially be involved.
Right. Did he act alone or not?
And who knows? And
right.
Who knows how long that could take.
It's going to take a while. This isn't an open shut just because he's deceased.
Right.
You need to, and is this a precursor to more shootings at other houses of worship around the country? And at what point do you start putting, you have to have an armed guard at every church?
I mean, it's unfortunate that we're even having that conversation.
It is. And even if you had cement stanchions out there, like some, have government buildings, when there's a will, there's a way.
Steve Dolan, thank you very much for carving some time out today. I'm sure you'll be sticking around. We'll be checking back in with you for periodically as we kind of learn more. I think we're waiting on a news conference that's set to start at about 5 o'clock. That is when we'll get our update here. Before you go, anything else that you want us to know about this?
Unfortunately, when you go to church now, keep your head on swivel. Everybody, you shouldn't have to. You should be paying attention to the person giving the sermon or the service at all.
Mm-hmm.
When you go in a parking lot, if you see anything that isn't just right, tell somebody. I'm not saying you go into church armed to the teeth. You don't need to bring it. You don't take a gun to church because you think I've got a CPL. No. There's a difference in having a CPL or open carry, someone who's been trained. If you see something, again, say something. No matter how minor you might think it is, someone may have told the police or someone along the line, this guy's not right.
Right.
And maybe his wife said something ain't right.
And we've heard that from, sorry to cut you
off. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
We've heard that from law enforcement time and time again. They'd rather act on 1,000 tips that don't pan out than have the one that does and turn out to be something like this, right?
Right. And if you're the officer responding, because no run is routine.
Right.
If you hear active shooter, get ready. All bets are off, like I said. And you got to go in and hopefully you get back up there quick enough. I give this DNR officer
Yeah.
and this Grand Blanc, we didn't even know because it's Sunday morning.
Sure.
So your veteran officers are probably off. You don't have maximum coverage,
Right.
because they work the night before, because crime happens between 7 at night, 3 in the morning, right?
Yep.
Not at 10:30 on a Sunday morning.
Certainly not.
No.
Certainly not.
I guess just be aware of your surroundings, and not just in church, but we had the mass shooting at the grocery store
Yeah,
in
Walmart.
Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the stabbing in Walmart.
Walmart.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah.
We just had in the school shootings.
It's hard to keep track.
It's
terrible.
sad. It's very sad. I mean, you're right. How do you keep track of all these and we're becoming desensitized to it.
That's it. And you can't be, right? Because
No.
you have to,
No.
like you said, now we have to have our head on a swivel when we go to Kroger. I mean,
Yeah.
Honestly, what can we do? But we have to be active participants in our own safety and well-being, and don't just shrug something off. If you see a truck barreling through a parking lot, that seems it's going to be heading towards a church or whatever the case is.
Sure.
You have to act on all that information and make sure that law enforcement is at least aware.
And even you guys in the media.
Yeah.
Because they want to put a grandstand out there. And what's better than taking out the media?
Oh,
Whether
yeah.
you're far right, far left, in the middle,
Yeah.
if I don't agree with you.
No, we recently
You-
just had training on that very
and you
same
need
thing.
it.
Yeah.
The most heartbreaking thing in Minnesota is when they asked the little kid what happened.
Yeah.
Is we're trained what to do in school, but not what to do in church. And we just ducked. And that about summarizes where we're at as a society right now, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. They've had the training, and they just
Yeah.
you compartmentalize it because you
Yes.
don't want to
Yes.
act on it and think that it's really going to happen. And then here you are in a service again. And
you're not going to stop it.
no.
I don't care what every security expert says. You're going to try to minimize the damage.
Right.
And I've said this for years and years. If they can shoot the president, the Pope,
Yeah.
and they have,
Yeah.
they can shoot anybody
Yes.
because they don't care if they live.
Right.
And in this case, do we know what he was armed with?
Assault type rifle was what they've
He
said.
was
so
trained in
far.
the military.
Yeah, yeah, and some sort of improvised explosive device at the church, which caused the fire.
Which caused the fire and
Um,
even more carnage.
Yeah, we don't know how many rounds, how many shots were fired. I mean, we had the one witness who described roughly
And everybody know, and I'm sure they know, special attention, special attention, special attention. Yeah, it's just horrific.
yes, yeah, we're getting closer. It looks
I
like
can see that they're getting ready
I think
to.
that's a mic check that they're just doing. That could be somebody, just a member of the media. But they were pretty punctual last time at 5 o'clock. So hopefully,
And that's good
yeah,
because you're waiting, and
people need to know.
and that's too many times in law enforcement, and they're guilty of this.
Yeah.
Too many times. They don't tell the media what they need, and what happens? Media gets this from unconfirmed sources,
Right, and they go with it.
and they go with it,
Yeah.
and it's wrong.
Right, and then you can't put that genie back in the bottle.
No, you can't.
Right. So you want to be here if you're law enforcement, controlling the message. Here's what we
Yes.
know.
Right.
Here's our plan of attack. Here-
Absolutely.
yeah, exactly. All of that. And so far to this point, they've done that. And
Has it been the sheriff or the
it
chief?
was the chief of the Grand Blanc
Blanc?
Township
Okay.
and the township supervisor that we've heard from so far. Now, they mentioned that FBI, we're talking upwards of 100 agents were descending upon Grand Blanc.
Well,
So
Chicago, Detroit.
yes.
Let's go.
So who will be
Lansing.
in charge of this this next news conference? That's to be determined.
And is this a hate crime?
Yeah.
Is it against this particular church, or is it one individual that we're concerned with? And I'm sure the governor will probably head out there.
Yep.
Right.
Well, yeah, the governor.
I'm assuming eventually she'll get out
I
there.
assume so too.
Yeah.
I'm being told that I have to say goodbye from this chair as
Not
I
a
move
problem.
into the studio, and
Okay.
then I'm told that you'll be coming with me though.
Oh,
so
okay.
we're gonna leave this on this shot, and you guys will be able, if you're watching this stream right now, to continue watching this. And when they start speaking, you'll be able to hear it along with us. But we're gonna go update the people on TV. Thank you so much for being with us, everybody.
Okay.
Jesus. Whoever sent this on this.
So you're all just gonna turn around. Yeah, yes.
Good evening. I'm here to set the ground rules for this press conference. I'm Lieutenant Kim Better from Michigan State Police. Grand Blanc Township Chief Renye will be out here shortly to give a statement. He will be taking no questions. There will be an update at 8 p.m. If you would like to have names and spellings after the conference, I will step back up and answer those questions for you, and only those questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
I bring all these folks up here on stage today because we couldn't do this as a community without everyone who's standing up here today. We got with me on stage U.S. Attorney Jerome Gorgon, Acting Special Agent in charge of the FBI Ruben Gleeman, Special Agent in charge of the ATF James Deere, Grand Blanc Township Supervisor Scott Bennett, Grand Blanc Township Fire Chief Gent, Genesee County Sheriff's Department Sheriff Chris Swanson, and MSP, Michigan State Police Captain Greg Marenko. I'm going to provide an update from the incident that we spoke about earlier today that occurred at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints at 10:25 a.m. I want to talk about our officer's response. That call came out at 10:25 a.m. and 32 seconds. We had officers on scene at 10:25 and 57 seconds. The suspect, again, we're in the preliminary stages right now, was neutralized at 10:33:44 in the parking lot of that church. That suspect is a 40-year-old male from the city of Burton, who we identified as Thomas Jacob Sanford. That's Thomas Jacob Sanford, Sanford. Currently where we're at, an update, I gave you 10 victims who were victims of gunshot. Since then, we have 2 victims who are now deceased. One had died at a local hospital. And again, that suspect is deceased as well. 7 other victims at this time are in stable condition. 1 is in critical condition. Now, for the reunification, I had a question earlier about, hey, where can people call to see if their loved one is okay at the reunification center? I want to provide a number for you for that. It's 248-705-7352. Also, I know that our community is hurting right now, and we want to provide some resources for our community moving forward. At the Genesis Athletic Club in Grand Blanc for Monday and Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., we will have services for the community. From Wednesday to Friday, those services will be available to our community at the Grand Blanc Senior Center. That's all I have for now. I will give you another update, another press conference at 8 p.m. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, just to recap what you just heard there, we have learned the suspect, 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford, 10 total of gunshot victims. And sadly, 2 of those victims died. Another 7 are in stable condition. 1 is in critical condition. You heard the quick response. Police were there within seconds, getting the call at 10:25 and arriving within that minute and engaging, figuring out what was going on at the Church of Latter-day Saints, where hundreds of people were attending a service, and then engaging in that suspect, neutralizing the threat. We learned from an earlier news conference, if this is all new to you, that one that happened at 1 o'clock, that it was a township officer and a DNR officer that were first to arrive on scene and take out the suspect here, the 40-year-old from Burton. And just to give you a little perspective, that's about 15 minutes north of the church is where that person, the shooter here, is presumed to have lived. They also talked about at 1 o'clock the fact that there was the shooting and then there was a fire that was set by the suspect at the church. The fire engulfed the entirety of the church. And at that time, back at 1 o'clock, they indicated that there was potentially people still within that church. As I mentioned, there were hundreds attending the services. So the scope of this chaos is still yet to unfold. We didn't hear any details in that brief news conference, but he mentioned that he'll be back at 8 o'clock to answer any other questions. And I know that we do have team coverage all over this. We've been since it broke. Let's go first to Fox 2's Camille Mary. She begins the team coverage. Camille,